2026 Clean Water Services Board meeting. Clerk Hodges, could you do the honors, please?
Certainly. The Board of Directors for Clean Water Services is meeting in this regular session on July 14th, 2026. Director Snyder?
Here.
Director Shreese?
Here.
Director Fye?
Present.
Chair Harrington?
Here, and
for-
Director Willie will be late. So the next item on the agenda is public communication. This is an opportunity for members of our community to come and share their thoughts on clean water services related business for up to 3 minutes an individual. Clerk Hodges, do we have anyone who wishes to do so?
We did have one sign up ahead of time. Dale Feek. Mr. Feek, please come forward.
Chair Harrington and Commissioners Dale Feek. I made public comment to the Forest Grove City Councilors last night, similar to what I made to you previously. I didn't give you a handout today because I've given it to you twice, but I did give the written comments to General Manager Rahim Harji and General Counsel, say it again. Caroline Lopton. There we go, thank Caroline. So, and I did also reaffirm last night to City Council the Forest Grove Permanent Supportive Housing, and Jill Chin and Lisa Varn made a public comment there last night too. Because of the current political climate, please consider Mortimer J. Adler's words of wisdom. What do others have a right to expect from us? From Aristotle, for everybody, difficult thought made easy by Mortimer J. Adler, based upon Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics written in the 4th century. And walk into this building, it has a little sign there, Ethics Matters. It really does. Ethics does make a big difference. And there are 8 statements here: that we keep the promises we make to them, that we tell them the truth when telling a lie would hurt them in some way, that we return anything we have borrowed and promised to return, that we pay our debts to them, that we do not steal what belongs to them, that we do not injure their health, damage their bodies, or kill them. Kill them's a current problem, that's a problem. That we do not interfere with their freedom of action when their conduct in no way injures us. That we do not make false statements that would injure their reputation or give them a bad name. Adler says all these things and more of the same sort can be summed up by saying that others have a right to expect from us that we do nothing that might impede or obstruct their pursuit of happiness, nothing that might interfere with or prevent their obtaining or possessing the real goods that they need to make good lives for themselves. It is their need for these real goods that gives them a right to them, and is their right to them that we are obliged to respect if we ourselves are just. Adler also says that we have a right to expect the same thing from others. And I'm glad that you, as Clean Water Services staff, all the way down from the general manager to the people that do the hard work to make sure people get the services they need in the way of stormwater and sewage, that happens. I'm pleased that there's a separation now between the 2 agencies in the sense the county commissioners are overseeing the general government of the county as well as the Clean Water Service. I'm for that. And so I appreciate people working and having sound ethics in the government that we have. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Feek.
Would any other member in the auditorium wish to provide public comment on any clean water services related matter for up to 3 minutes? Please raise your hand and come forward. I'm not seeing any hands. Is there any member online via Zoom that would wish to provide public comment to the Clean Water Services Board of Directors? I'll give you a moment to utilize the raise hand function. I'm not seeing any hands. Chair Harrington.
Thank you, Clerk Hodges. Next is board agenda item questions and discussion. Does anyone have any questions on today's agenda items?
No.
All right, seeing none, We'll move on to the consent agenda, which consists of 3 items: 1 set of minutes, 1 award for a contract, and 1 amendment to a contract. What are the wishes of the board regarding today's consent agenda?
I move to approve as presented.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please vote by raising your hand or saying aye. Thank you. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously 4-0. Next, we'll move on to boards and commissions. This is a need to appoint Clean Water Services General Manager Rahim Harji to the Clean Water Services Advisory Commission. Does anyone have any questions? Seeing none, do we have a motion? So moved. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please vote by raising your hand or saying aye. Thank you, everyone. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously 4-0. Next, we'll move on to public hearings. This is to hold a public hearing to approve the Clean Water Services pay plan for represented employees and amend the position allocation report. We have Ms. Holly Dober here to give us a staff report.
Good morning, thank you. My name is Holly Dober. I'm the Human Resources Director. The item before you is a public hearing to adopt resolution and order approving Clean Water Services pay plan for represented employees for fiscal year 2026-2027 and amending the position allocation report. As required in the Clean Water Services employment policies and guidelines, Clean Water Services is recommending that the board adopt the pay plan establishing salaries for represented employees based on the adopted budget for fiscal year 2026-2027. The pay plan represents a cost of living adjustment identified by the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers in the Western region. A 2.8% cost of a living adjustment will be applied to this represented pay plan. Exhibit B summarizes 1 redesignation and 67 titles due to labor negotiations, and the redesignation, 1 redesignation is funded in the fiscal year 2026-27 adopted budget. Thank you, and if you have any questions, happy to take those.
Board members have any questions? The information was very clear and straightforward. Thank you. At this juncture, I would like to open a public hearing. Clerk Hodges, do we have anyone to testify?
We did not have anyone sign up ahead of time. Is there anyone in the auditorium? Okay, Mr. Feek, please come forward.
Oops, that chair lever is set. Sorry for the surprise.
Yeah, I hear. I was so careful. I've about fallen twice here. Chair Harrington, Dale Feek. I haven't reviewed this, but I've reviewed the budget many times, and I've made 2 on-site visits to the wastewater treatment plants, Durham and what's the other one?
Creek?
Rock Creek. I need help. So I've observed, I talked, I listened to the people that actually do the work, and they're under contract and it's labor. And from my point of view, sometimes those people don't get as much money as they deserve because they do a lot of the work that the staff oversees. I know there's a discrepancy from my point of view in the amount of money that they get versus the people that are on staff and are under labor contract. So I'm just in favor of the workers getting their fair of money. Sure.
Mr. Feek. Do we have anyone else who wishes to testify on this matter? I
If
don't
there's
see
anyone
anyone.
else in the auditorium, please raise your hand and come forward. Not seeing any hands. Is there anyone online via Zoom that wishes to provide any comment on the staff report just heard? Please utilize the raise hand function. Not seeing any hands, Chair Harrington.
Thank you, Clerk Hodges. And with that, I'll close today's public hearing and ask for a motion to adopt the resolution in order approving the Clean Water Services pay plan for represented employees and amend the position allocation report for fiscal year 2026-2027.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please vote by raising your hand or saying aye. Thank you. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously 4-0. Next, we'll move on to our action agenda. And today, we have a proposal for an updated charter for the Clean Water Insurance Company. Welcome, Ms. Olson. Yeah, you want to make sure the back of that chair isn't set to collapse on you.
Good morning. My name is Lori Olson, Risk Manager for Clean Water Services, and now serving as a board manager on the Board of Managers for Quick, along with Kathy Leader of Clean Water Services and Mike Lowe of Arizona. I'm here today for two reasons. One, I want to provide an update on the redomestication process from Hawaii to Arizona, and two, to ask this board, as the sole member of Quick, to approve the board charter, which was first presented to you at a work session on April 14th of this year. So let's begin with the redomestication. I'm guessing I'm responsible for this. Okay. Oh, it's right here. On November 18th, 2025, the Board of Directors asked Clean Water Services staff to effectuate redomestication of Clean Water Insurance Company, LLC, or Quick, from Hawaii to Arizona. Since then, a lot of work has gone into this process. I provided updates in work sessions, and we were able to work with Director Snyder, thank you, to create new organizational documents like the operating agreement and the articles of organization, as well as utilize service providers like legal counsel and a tax attorney in Arizona to ensure that we were creating documents that worked for both Clean Water Services and Quick, and also to ensure that every step of the way, we were doing it in accordance with Hawaii and Arizona law. The board set a goal to complete this process by December 2026, and due to Clean Water Quick being on a fiscal year, much like Clean Water Services is, it began to make a lot of sense to coordinate a go-live date with the end of the fiscal year. So we reconstructed timelines, and we saw that we could achieve this goal, and it was possible. As someone who also works on the Quick audit, which started on July 1st, I'm very happy that we made this decision because the work has started and it's a lot. I'm pleased to announce that we did receive the Arizona Certificate of Authority on the goal date of June 30th, 2026, and began operating in the state of Arizona as an LLC since that date. And I have this is just to prove it. Okay, the second item was the board charter. This was created as a proactive measure to begin understanding the roles and duties as well as the law that we developed through this board charter. I presented the board charter drafted at the April 14th work session. This charter also created space for reporting from Quick to this board on an annual basis, where there will also be a chance to receive feedback from you. It uses the operating agreement as a foundation to capture roles, laws, and administrative processes to more clearly define how Quick operates in the capacity of Clean Water Services. Today, I want to ask you to formally approve that board charter. Do you have any questions for me?
Directors, do you have any questions on either the presentation or the provided board charter document? Nope, we don't have any. So at this juncture, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the board charter for the Clean Water Insurance Company, also known as Quick. So moved. Second. We have a motion and a second. Before we take the vote, please, if you could have the record show that Commissioner Willie, Director Willie, joined us at the start of the presentation. Thank you. All those in favor, please vote by raising your hand or saying aye. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously 5-0. Thank you. Next, we have board announcements, and as usual, I'll announce the upcoming meetings. We have our next Clean Water Services Board of Directors business meeting on Tuesday, July 28th. That will be an evening meeting right here at 5:30 p.m. Then that Friday, July 31st, we have an all-day board work session starting at 9 a.m. I'm not sure where it will be, but that will be noticed with the packet online. On Tuesday, August 11th, we'll have a Clean Water Services Board of Directors meeting, just like today at 9 a.m. Then, following that, just like today, we'll adjourn to the Clean Water Services Board of Directors work session immediately following. Then on Tuesday, August 25th, once again, we'll have a Board of Directors business meeting, but at 5:30 p.m. That's all I have. Anything else from Clean Water Services Board? Seeing none at this juncture, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn the Clean Water Services meeting of today.
Move to adjourn?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please vote by raising your hand or saying aye. Thank you. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously 5-0. We hereby adjourn at 9:15, and we will reconvene in work session in 10 minutes. Thank you. Bye-bye.